Team. The local team is made up of 11, 12-year-olds from around the valley, and Joe will step in to take the first pitch here. We'll go through where we're at on some of the pitch with the first strike there. Joe showed bunt, of course. Swing and a miss, strike two. .58, low and away to the very short backstop here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And next pitch, ball low at 47. And this will be our last tournament for the summer season. Foul ball, straight back. You may have seen that as well as I did. That's 57. So this kid throwing hard, quite accurate in and around the plate, working quickly. Swing and a miss first out of the inning. Tough task for our leadoff hitter as always. Jorge will step in. See the first pitch from the windup here from the. Whoa, that was a curveball that did not curve. Hey, ground ball through the left side. That will go all the way to the fence. And that ball is going to get brought back in. Jorge will be at first with a single. In steps Teddy, batting third today. We've had some changes to our travel roster here. So we'll see how Teddy does here batting third, not his normal spot. Jorge with a nice lead, throw over. He'll slide in safely. Screams of ball, 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 ball from the Jackrabbit sideline. Gives me a sense that they are ready to play. Ball back, he's safe. That was a little bit closer. Clearly Jorge looking to steal here. And the throw down is a little short. Jorge will get into second standing up. Teddy now ready to drive the ball. Pitcher steps off, runs him back. I guess you can see that. Ball gets through the outfield. Nobody goes anywhere. So a lot of keeping the runner on at second. Not a lot of effort at throwing it to Teddy. Teddy with 1 ball and no strikes. All the way back in the box here. So normally this would be Cole's spot. And just a lot of running the pitcher, or the Jorge back. Jorge making the pitcher really pay attention to him now. Should bode well for Teddy. Pitcher's paying attention to the pitcher. Pitcher's paying attention to the runner. He's not usually pitching to home. Foul ball, straight back. 1-1, Teddy's on it. So usually batting third for us is Cole. Cole, if you remember, rolled his ankle and is out. He's on the injured reserve list right now, or injured list, as he's got a pretty big ankle. That ball skips in for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jorge goes nowhere, still at second, waiting for Teddy to get the swing in. Teddy really choked up on the bat, probably a good inch off the knob, so knowing he needs to get the ball around early, or bat around early on that flying drive off the shortstop's glove. He doesn't get the squeeze. Teddy will take first on the error. Now we have first and second with nobody down. Gianni batting fourth. So what has happened in our lineup here with Cole out on the injured reserve list, and shout out to Cole and his family. We definitely miss you guys. Teddy slid up to number 3 in the lineup, and Gianni is now in the cleanup hitter. Huge hole in the right side. Ball is thrown back to second, no real play. I'm sorry, I don't really have a good angle of second here. My new cameras allow me to get first and third really good, but harder for me to get the play at second. Pitcher steps off. He's going to regather his thoughts. Again, he has coming in throwing hard. He was throwing in the upper 50s. So boys are putting the lumber on. And a fake back to second. I guess it's not really the lumber, it's the aluminum. But everybody getting a good swing on it. Ball on the inside. Jorge will take third on a no throw. With that, we now have Teddy on first, Jorge on third, and Gianni up. As the cleanup hitter, his job here is definitely to bring the runners in. Ground ball through the left side. Teddy will go to third. That ball goes off the fence. We'll talk about the fence here in just a second. We're playing shorter distances on these this field here. So the local rules are a kind of an 11-12 combo. So we actually are seeing the kids pitch from 42 feet. Traditionally, or all year, we've seen from 50. So with a little fake over. Ricardo swinging at a pitch in his eyes at 59 miles an hour. So Ricardo now with a 1-strike count. So at 42 feet, that's quite a bit closer than 60. That ball is in the right field gap. That's going to plate 2 for sure. Even Gianni has got it in here. Here comes a double to Ricardo. Gianni will score. That gives us a solid 2-0 lead in the top of the first. Oh, 3-0 lead. How's that? Oh yeah, because Jorge scored, didn't he? So that's 3-0 for the Jackrabbits. 1 down, top of the first. And a lot of swinging, a lot of ready to come into play. This 1 o'clock game time, good game time for us. Jack up on the edge of the batter's box as a left-hander. Ground ball, foul. Those of you that have followed the Jack batting saga know he likes to be up on the plate and likes to really try to make himself turn on the pitch, step towards the pitcher, really rob that pitcher of the inside pitch. And that ball will be hit deep, deep. Over the home run, over the fence. That is a home run. A first ever home run over the fence for the Jackrabbits. A 2-run homer from Jack. He needs to celebrate. That gives us up 5-0. So pitchers throwing strikes, throwing it hard, and our boys are getting on it. So we have a 200-foot fence here, and so that ball was a good 210. Javon takes the first pitch, 57 inside, and moves out of the way. So 1 ball to Javon. Ball is high. 2 balls, no strikes to Javon. So a strong start here for the Jackrabbits. Swing and a miss. That was a little high, and not Javon's pitch, but 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitcher working quick again. So again, the dimensions of this field are quite different than what we're used to. So 42 from the mound rather than the good 50 that we've been seeing all season. Base paths are only 60 feet, and the outfield fence is 200. Ball on the inside. Javon will take the walk down to first, and taking some protective gear off. He'll make the run down to first. In steps 44, Isaiah, looking for his first pitch here. Not being held on, Javon not being held on. He's got a healthy lead now. There's Now they're looking at him. Here comes the pitch. That was a curveball high. Spins out of the catcher's glove. That's extra spin on there. Just put the ball slightly out of reach. So we've got Javon on second now. Isaiah up to bat with a 1-0 count. Isaiah's got a mean swing. If he can connect here, the ball will probably go quite a distance. Throws back to second. I think it looked like Javon just took one. Javon okay on that. Took the ball, looked like maybe off the upper chest. Coach reminding him he can slide. That is the safest way to do it. So we got time called. Isaiah calls time. Now he steps in. Everybody's ready to play. Pitcher comes set. Swing and a miss at a 58-mile-an-hour pitch. That ball was popping. So at a higher elevation here in Monte Vista, 7,700 feet, we're going to see curveballs struggle to break, but fastballs come in even faster. There's a shot through the right side. Javon should score. That ball hits off the fence. Isaiah's going to go to 2. It's going to be close at second. He gets down. He's in. And Javon scores. So everybody hits, everybody scores. The standard rally cry of 12U teams everywhere. Very applicable today. Isai now steps in. Runner on second. Isai with a nice big lead out there. Here comes the pitch. 57 at the knees, but a little low. A little low. So 1 ball to Isaiah. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Isai kind of kicking himself. He didn't really pull the trigger on that one, so he wishes he'd really swung. Ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorry, 2 balls, 1 strike. And Isaiah continuing to get a decent-sized lead at second, but being held on by the second baseman means there's a big hole on the right side. That ball gets back. It is a very, very short backstop. However, the ball comes in so hard at 57 that it bounced all the way back out on the field. And Isaiah will move to third, getting a congratulations from Coach for paying attention to the way that ball went. Pitcher from the windup. Foul ball. We're full count now. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch forthcoming. High quality at bat from Isai here, getting to full count with a foul ball. Little behind. Here comes the pitch from the windup. Foul ball again. He's a little behind again. That one coming in at 59. So 59 miles an hour from 42 feet away. That ball is moving. You have got to commit early. And that's what he says. Going to have to do a little bit, just a fraction of a second earlier here. So 54 off the hands. Now he's catching up. He's catching up. That first ball was quite a ways behind the pitcher, he said it was quite a ways behind the pitch. That one's closer down the right field line. So again, good quality at bat from Isai. Foul ball down the right field line. Every way just creeping closer to the line. The next swing should put the ball down the right field line. With 1 down, anything to the right side, Isaiah, and that would be the job of Isai here, but if Isai can certainly get on, they can extend the rally some. That'll be great. Jabril is in the on-deck circle, so he'll be up next. Strike 3 at the shoulders. So 2 down now. Yes, Tony checking in. Still at home with the infirmed Cole checking in, saying that's how you start a weekend. He's not kidding. Putting all these runs on the board in the top of the first is a great way to go. So Jabril actually so far in front of that, he hit that off the end of his bat. He is rocking the Miami Vice bat, or the Don Johnson bat as we call it. As he steps in, you can see these bright pinks and bright blues and bright yellows. A fake over at third, but here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. And a ball in the inside corner. So if we were at altitude, if we were back in Denver, an 0-2 count, you would definitely throw a curveball here, but curveball's not really working for the pitcher, not really working for anybody. So here comes the fastball again. And Jabrell absolutely crushes it right into the glove of the center fielder. So with that, we get 2 back-to-back outs by the bomb squad to finish the Jackrabbits off in the bottom of the first, but not before we score 6 runs in the top of the first. Teddy will take the mound, and I'll give you the defensive setups here in just a second. So again, welcome all y'all turning into Jackrabbits baseball. This is the final 12U game of the season. This is our final travel tournament of the season. We have made the trip, the beautiful, beautiful trip from Denver area, Aurora, down to Monte Vista, sometimes called Monte or MV, and it's across the San Luis Valley. If you've never been to the San Luis Valley, folks, you absolutely need to get down here. A prehistoric lake is surrounded on all 4 sides by glorious mountains, 9,000 to 13,000 foot mountains, and therefore, because it was formerly a lake, it had a flat bottom to MV, and you're basically, the ground has no undulation. It's flat like the bottom of a lake would be. Sitting on top of an aquifer that is from that prehistoric lake. What you're looking at here is one of the largest areas in the country for potato production. So we are at 7,700 feet in Monte, where Alamosa is about 7,200, I believe. So almost certainly the highest place to raise large production crop of potatoes. But certainly I think we'd put our potatoes up to or a high water content product. There are some long-term ramifications of the warming climate and the aquifer that this whole valley sits on. So you will probably see some transformation in the community over the coming generation, as the crop will probably need to change. I was down here yesterday for work, and that was a key topic. Water was a key topic of conversation for the decision makers down here. So Teddy is messing around with his curveball as he's trying to make it work, and I'm not sure it will. Let's go through the defensive setups here. We have Gianni at third, Jorge at short, Ricardo at second, and Joe at first. So our standard infield. And then in the outfield, I've got Javon in left. Looks like Jack in center. And is that Jabrell in right? Yeah, it looks like, or no, who's in right? Oops. Hey, who's in right? Jabrell. Oh, it's Jabrell? Okay, it's Jabrell. Jabrell's gotten so tall now. He doesn't look like him anymore. So Jabrell in right, I was correct. So we are playing all of our, it's on Saturday, so we're playing all of our players, and there'll be free substitutions throughout. There's a few changes from our general CABA rules, but otherwise we expect to see many of the same rules and same setups on substitutions we've seen generally. So Isai is grumpy with himself because he dropped the ball on the transfer there. So
how fast was the pitch throw?
the bomb squad kid was pitching 56 to 59 with his fastball. So we'll see if Teddy can match that. With the higher altitude, less resistance to the ball. So again, harder to throw curves, easier to throw fastballs. Let's see what Teddy's first fastball is. And I've got some special guests arriving. Teddy hits 57 on the gun with his first fastball. Hey, my special guest is wearing my t-shirt. Rolling up on the broadcasting team t-shirt that I forgot back in the hotel. So how are my ladies?
All right, Lydia.
All right, Teddy with first pitch, 57 and quite a bit outside, so ball one. Foul ball on a 54 mile an hour pitch. Isai rubbing some dirt out of his eyes there. Yeah, you're not going to be in the shade for you very much. You might want to sit over there. Okay. All right, Teddy with a 1-1 count now. Teddy working really slowly. Here comes the next pitch. Ground ball, left side. Throw over. Oh, we have a drop ball at first. I'm not sure we get him anyway. Number 44 was really moving for the bomb squad, and that was a very slow roller. The field here is sort of a combination of a rocky dirt and a sand, so you'll see that the ball really does die on many of these ground balls, and certainly doesn't bounce like the hard pack we're used to on the front range. And so let's see if that impacts our infielders all. In steps first left-hander of the day, number 30, the Bomb Squad. Teddy pitching off a mound. He loves pitching off a mound. It helps him generate additional power, but it does make the throw over to first a little awkward. Ball outside. Teddy having a hard time finding the strike zone right now. Got some of those first inning jitters, I can tell. So we may have to do a little coaching here to see if we can't get him to be focused on hitting his spots. Teddy loves the slide step, but way outside. So Teddy now has got to really bear down with a 2-0 count. Foul ball, 56 mile an hour off to the left. All right. Number 30, like our own Joe, asking the good man above for a little help. Little sign of the cross, little look up above. Distance. They called him safe, but a really close play at first on that throw over. Again, Teddy unsure of kind of where to let the ball go when you're coming off the mound. It's a steep drop off the side. Next pitch, foul ball. So that'll be strike 2, another 56 mile an hour fastball. So we got a 2-2 count. Teddy getting a warning about not coming set. So swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Oh, they got him. They got him. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Phenomenal throw from Isai. So not the way we drew it up, but 2 up, 2 down. Teddy looking to face the minimum this inning. That's his goal every inning, is face the minimum. So Teddy with that wonderful fastball there. 56, swing and a miss by the Bomb Squad. And then great throw by Isai down to second to get the out. Teddy with a 56 mile an hour chin music. That one got away from him. That's not generally that high and that wide. Next pitch. Teddy changing the grip. 49 mile an hour curveball in the dirt. Actually did break, but 2-0 now. So Teddy's got to bring this pitch. Isai setting up inside. And there's a ball that will bounce, and it'll go all the way to the fence. At second, and Ricardo just runs it in. So in steps number 29, the cleanup hitter for the Bomb Squad with a runner on second and 2 down. Teddy being pretty ineffective. So there it is, 58 mile an hour fastball. That is the first pitch that has looked like a good Teddy pitch. So there you go. We've got one strike. Just challenge him, buddy. Just challenge him. Nice, strike 2. Teddy with 2 strikes now on the cleanup hitter. He's really got to go get him. Again, I would normally call a curveball here, but I think that was 51. I think that was a changeup. So the ball just acts funny at this altitude. It doesn't quite get the seams don't catch the air density, and so therefore it doesn't move the way it should move. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good idea to bury that one, although didn't quite execute on it correctly. Ball high. Ump announces 56, pop in the glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So again, talking about Teddy being economical with his pitches. This will be the 5th pitch to this batter as well. He needs to be a little bit tighter on his pitches, and here comes next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Teddy with an out, with a kind of a look on his face like finally, kind of frustrated with himself, but no harm, no foul. After 1, we have 6-0 Jackrabbits. So Jackrabbits will be taking, putting their helmets on and starting, and bringing the probably bring the heat. Look, Coach having a very specific conversation with his outfielders right now, and I think it has something to do with the fact that that first pit, that only bat that went to the outfield got past Jack, and there was no one backing him up. So, talking to everybody like, you got to be backing up. We cannot let these balls get very far. 200-foot fence, so you're not going to see the ball run away. However, if the ball does go under the fence, it would be a ground rule double. So, important for the outfield to back them up. So this is the 1 p.m. game against the Bomb Squad. At 5 o'clock, we will be playing the North Fork team. North Fork, another part of the valley here. It's the North Fork of the Rio Grande, I believe. So you can go to the headwaters, the Rio Grande. Yes, that Rio Grande, the one that forms the border, international border between the United States and Mexico. It has its headwaters here in the San Luis Valley. And North Fork, our 5 p.m. opponent, it resides in that beautiful part of our state. So make sure you tune in. You can like and subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you get notified the 5 o'clock game goes. Still plenty of the 1 o'clock game here. So I would expect that our boys who have now seen, we've almost battled all the way around. I'll talk here a little bit about a fill-in player today, but I think is going to be long-term part of our squad. Kieran will be stepping in. So Kieran played all season with 13U. As we mentioned, the 13U season came to a conclusion last weekend. That ball is low and away for first ball of the inning. So Kieran, who is only 12 and was playing up at the 13U, is filling one of our roster spots. We're short of 3. Swing and a miss. 57 miles an hour there. Kieran's going to need to start swinging a lot sooner. He's going to have to load earlier. He was behind on that one. So Kieran filling in for swing and a miss. Chris Redmond is out. I don't say the last names. Chris is out, Cole's out, and of course outfielder and a catcher by trade. But that was a beautiful changeup, 48 miles an hour. Kieran couldn't hold back, swung early on that one. So swung late, swung early, and excellent pitching by the Bomb Squad pitcher. In steps Joe. We got a timeout on the field here. Having what appears to be a wardrobe malfunction with the catcher's gear. So catcher getting his chest protector on, and it's not fitting quite right. There we go. That looks right. Now he's looking safe and secure. Good heads-up play by the catcher to call time there and get himself into a safe spot. In steps Joe, who did strike out the first time. Swing and a miss at a 58 mile an hour pitch. A little bit on the outside. So Joe now will be taking it a 57 mile an hour ball. It got away. So Teddy had one of those earlier, the chin music. That one actually was the top of the helmet music. But Joe didn't flinch. Just let it go over. Next pitch. I mean, this pitcher is just ready to rock and roll as soon as he gets the ball. Okay. Joe is up. Joe stepping in. Ooh, that was a changeup or a curve maybe. Came out funny from the hand. 50 mile an hour. Didn't make it all the way to the plate, so therefore was non-competitive, and Joe takes the pitch. So 2-2 count now. That ball is up in the sky. I'm not sure where it is. No one knows where it is. It got lost in the sun. It will drop. Joe will take the single. And after 6 swings, after 5 unsuccessful swings, the 6th swing was successful. Hits that ball into the outfield for our first single from Joe and first runner from this inning. So in steps Jorge. That ball is a strike, and Joe not sliding, making that a lot closer than it needed to be at second. Of course, Jorge taking taking that pitch so that we could get the runner in scoring position. Jorge clubbed the ball last time he was. And he does. Foul ball down the left field line. Left fielder's going to grab it. So Jorge now with 2 strikes. He's going to need to be smart about this here. We've definitely seen the bomb squad pitcher start to play with a curve or a change. Joe with the... That ball goes through the right side. Joe, who's running on the play, will score. Jorge is going to go to second and with a stand-up double. So Jorge really loving the shorter distance to the mound and the fast pitching. 7-0. So the old adage that I can hit a bullet with a matchstick if I know when it's coming is real true here. Our boys know you're going to get a 57-mile-an-hour fastball over the plate. First pitch to Teddy is a strike. Teddy with a late swing, defensive swing off to the right there. So no balls and 2 strikes. Gianni on deck. Teddy now needs to choke up like he did last time. He has choked up. He's ready. He's going to load early. And Teddy with a way to wait on that curveball. That ball floated in there. Teddy with a single, and it should be an RBI single. Jorge will cross the plate with no throw. And Teddy safely at first with a 2-for-2 day. Gianni now steps in. This pitcher's working so fast I can't even tell you the score. It is 8-0 with 1 down. So just a heads up, there is no run rule after 2 according to the local rules. There is 15 after 3, however. So the Jackrabbits doing their best to make sure they get to a good place after in the second inning here, but there's no run rule until the 3rd inning. So Teddy over on first, not being held on. Oh, now being held on. He's got a little bit of a lead. He'll run. Strike at the knees. And with these short bases, Teddy doesn't even know how to slide, given how tall he is. He takes 2 steps, and he'd need to slide again. So in standing up, he'll be at second. Teddy with nobody holding him on. Gianni pops the ball up. That ball is going to go towards the first base side. First baseman grabs it. 2 down. Teddy will stay at second. Sorry, stay at second. Do I not have a shot at second? Oh yeah, there he is at second. And then Ricardo now. So Teddy on second now, Ricardo up. Ricardo did put his bat on the ball last time, hit the ball in the outfield. Free swinger, if it's close, he's swinging. Ball takes out low and away, 58. So number 29 for Bomb Squad, really pumping the heat, really throwing hard. And applause to both teams who can hit that hard from this distance. And a fake back to second, no real move for Teddy. And that ball sounded like it broke the bat. Ricardo doesn't run very hard, and he's out by 4 steps at first. Good play by the second baseman. So Jackrabbits plate 2 that inning, so good job for the Bomb Squad. Do a better job of holding the Jackrabbits. 8-0 after 1.5. Looks like we will have Teddy back on the mound, and I'll go through our defensive positions here in just a second. So just to let you know that here, I think probably because there's fewer arms, the kids can pitch 8 innings over a weekend. Unless you get to the championship game, then you get +2. So we could have pitchers throwing as many as 10 innings. I would say that as the father of the pitcher, I don't love that idea. That would be a lot of pitches on the arm. I know it's the end of the season, but also no one has ever asked, did you win the Monte Vista Invitational in 2023 to get me a good job or into a good school? So I don't want to damage the arm with 10 innings of baseball. So Teddy having a hard time finding the strike zone again. And his warm-up pitches, messing around maybe, but Ump's not messing around either. They've already called balls in after Teddy had 2 warm-up pitches. So we will See the ball's in and coming down. Let me go through our defensive setup here again. We have Teddy on the mound, of course, and Isai behind the plate, a frequent battery mate. Isai with the whip down to Ricardo, who is manning the second base position. Jorge will be our shortstop. Of course, he actually receives mail there. He's there so often. Gianni at third and Joe at first. Isaiah in center, I've got Jack, and in left, I've got, that must be Kieran. Yeah, so Kieran making his first defensive position. You know what they say in baseball, the ball will find you. So let's look, see if we don't get a fly ball to Kieran here. 57, swing and a miss. So that ball was a little high here to the Bomb Squad kid, but it looked good coming in on a rail. Just couldn't catch up with it. Strike on a beautiful curveball for 48 there, 48 mile an hour curveball, I believe that was. Looked like it had a little bit of drop to it. Teddy's not going to get much side to side action, but he could potentially get some drop action on a curveball. And that ball is reached out and a little defensive save from the batter, who then takes first safely. So Teddy had him where he wanted him, and good job by that batter to poke that ball into the outfield. So in steps the Bomb Squad batter, runner on first. Teddy comes set. Ball's low. Bomb Squad has not looked to run since Isai threw the only attempted steal out. Strike on the outside corner. Teddy hit that with 55 miles an hour. Took a little off for a little bit of location there, I think. Teddy does not make a throw, just has the action there. Foul ball. Sorry, I was trying to fix my angle at first, and I missed that. It was a foul ball. So now we've got a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So again, how's Teddy feeling about that curveball? If he's feeling like he had the last batter, he'll throw it here. It's going to be a high fastball or a high something. I don't know what that was. 49. It was not fast, but it was definitely high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So again, Teddy not being super economical with his pitches. Most batters seeing 4, 5, 6 pitches from him. Ball's in the dirt. Now it's a full count. Teddy had him where he wanted him, but it's a full count now. And Teddy comes set. Payoff pitch. Ball at the knees, over the plate, but a ball. That's what happens when you lose the batter. You don't. Coach doesn't give you ump doesn't give you benefit of the doubt. So we now got runners at first and second, and nobody down. So Teddy in a bit of trouble here. Teddy in a bit of trouble. Next pitch. Strike 55 at the letters.
Go, Rylan.
That ball is low and sneaks beyond Isai. Now they have a trouble. Third. Plays at third. So Coach Grumpy, as there was not a lot of hustle by anybody on that play, no real communication. The only kid who hustled there was the runner on first, who ran to second, even though there was a guy on second, forced his own batter to Teddy with a wild pitch, 53, I don't know what that was. So really time for a coach to call a timeout, come and have a conversation with his battery. Both pitcher and catcher are not firing on any cylinders right now. I mean, they look like a bicycle with 2 flat tires right here. So runners on second, third, nobody out. Teddy throws the ball into the outfield. Jack throws the ball around. That ball comes around. Now we've got nothing but silliness. So coach is mad as blazes right now, and as he should be. ball around. Throwing the ball to second when you got a guy on third doesn't make any sense. Then heaving from center field home doesn't make any sense. And then not having the communication to throw the ball to third when there's an easy out. You know, we should have had 2 outs at third for miscommunication and poor base running by the bomb squad. But instead, the bomb squad now have a runner on third, a mere 60 feet away in this league. They put 1 across the plate, no outs. And with a runner on third, no outs, and a run in, I believe we're still at the top of the order here with a 2-1 count, ladies and gentlemen. So this is suboptimal, subpar baseball by the Jackrabbits. And this is, I think, Tony and I had such frustration about this team. On paper, they're so good, and then they have such a hard time playing the ball game well consecutively. So Teddy got the message: throw fast, throw hard. 56 at the letters, swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, first strikeout of the inning, 57 miles an hour, right over there. So left-handed batter, I believe we've seen him before, number 2 batter in the order for the bomb squad. So I believe last time he put the bat on the ball, but didn't put it in play. Yep. So swing and a miss. So look for a ground ball or some sort of low line drive right at Jorge. This batter's not quite catching up with Teddy, but Teddy's providing him plenty of power. So look for a ground ball or a line drive at Jorge. Strike! 55 at the... We're at the bottom of the second right now. So 2 strikes now to this batter. Teddy got the message. Coach came out and rung all their bells a little bit, but that's definitely he got the message. So foul ball off. Out if that's going to break somebody's window in the parking lot. It does not appear to do so, but at least 2 grown-ups making a beeline for their car to move them. So 2 strikes now. Strike 3! There we go, 2 down, 2 strikeouts now. That was 53 at the letters on the outside corner. So Teddy locating that off-speed pitch or curve that doesn't curve. So Teddy with the pitch. Beautiful, 56 right down the middle, challenging the bomb squad batter to really swing the bat there. So with the second bomb squad's second potential run only down on third, Teddy's got to bring the heat. It's a ground ball and easy 1-3 grounder, and then over to Joe. So Joe makes the easy catch, good communication. So some sloppy, lazy play by the Jackrabbits cost them at least only 1 run, thankfully, but could have been worse. After a good talking to by coach, they get their head on straight, able to get 2 quick successive outs there, or 3 successive outs. So we go into the top of the third. So this is where the run rule does kick in. Again, we have to be 15 after 3, so we'd have to really put up a lot of runs if we're going to do that. The bomb squad pitcher back on the mound. So for the Jackrabbits, they will finish up the season. They are with this tournament. I believe it's a 4-game guarantee, if I remember correctly. So we are 22-15-1 for the season. At 22-15-1, we will guarantee to be finished above 500. Tony and I really thought that this team should be playing closer to 750 ball, and I think it's going to be, they may end up somewhere in the 25-15 scenario, which would be 10 games above 500, which would be very good. Although, again, I think we didn't win some key games. That was a bummer. So, all right, new pitcher now. I was wrong. There is a sub in, the new pitcher. Number 3, it looks like, for the bomb squad. And he's coming from the windup. Big long arm motion, really nice form. Throwing 48, however, on that one. So 10 miles an hour slower than what we've seen already. 43, and that one was definitely a curve. That had some beautiful spin on it. Didn't do much, but had some beautiful spin on it. Umps are hot. Here it is about 88 in the shade, and I think it's quite a bit warmer in the sun. So I apologize, 78 in the shade. Dong last time was quite a happy camper as he trotted around the bases. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 52 at the knees on the outside corner. Jack with a ground ball down the right field line, but running because that ball was very close to staying fair. Jack now with ball. My hot spot's getting hot. I need an ice pack or something. Jack takes strike 3 at the knees on the outside corner, 47. So this pitcher really locating his pitches. And we've already got one down in the inning. I need like an ice pack, or yeah, something. I can put this on to cool it down. Ball is high and away. Javon steps in here for the second pitch of ball outside. Oh, 2-0 now. Sorry, I thought I had 1-1, but it's 2-0. Swing and a miss. So we're having real trouble now. That ball is high. 3-1 now. 3-1. Javon here's got to do the old put it in a box. If it ain't where you want it, you let it go. He lets it go. He takes the base. I believe Javon's second walk of the day now. So there's clearly something about him that he's able to have that plate discipline. Isaiah steps in. Isaiah really put the bat on the ball well last time with a double. Let's see, we have not seen the pickoff movement from this new pitcher. Javon does not go. The ball is right there at the knees, but called out. Called a ball. Must have been outside. Javon with being We're 2-0 now. After striking out Jack, we have a hidden ball trick there at first. So after striking out Jack, this pitcher has struggled to find the strike zone, giving up a 5-pitch walk to Javon, and now Isaiah well and truly with this at-bat in hand with a 2-0 count in his favor. Strike, and Javon's able to steal second. No real play there. So 2 balls, 1 strike now. Fastball coming in at 2 at the at his eyes though. Swing and a miss. Or sorry, swing and a foul ball. 2 strikes. Really important here that Isaiah make contact with the ball and put it in play. 3-2. 2 now. All right. Isaiah ready to take on a walk, but it wasn't ball 4 there, so he's got to be ready to swing at this one. And a step off and a walk back. Javon in safely. Ball never left the pitcher's hand. The ball is low and away, and there will be no play at third. Good play discipline by Isaiah, who will take first. So now we have runners on the corners. Isai up. Isai much better with a pitcher who's throwing high 40s, low 50s than the one that's in the high 50s. ump asking for a new ball or trade out the ball. So the ball that went flying off from Isaiah's foul ball is now back in service. It's bright white, easier to see for everybody. So Isai now really set up well here to, oh, that ball is high. It's just a Spider-Man-like catch by the catcher number 30. Bravo catch. And however, on that pitch, we will see Isaiah take second. So two Jackrabbits in scoring position. And he hits that ball deep off the fence. That might be a double. It's the world's longest single. Here comes a play at the plate. And we have 2 runs in, so Isai does exactly what he's supposed to do and drives those two runners in. So that takes us to 10-1. It's a good place to be, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good place to be. So Isai, again, like I said, much better off pitchers throwing high 40s, low 50s than he is one at high 50s. Just gets that bat around, and you can see the difference. Go look at the first inning, kind of swatted the ball. That's when he really drove it. So in steps Jabrell. Jabrell rocking the Don Johnson bat. Let's see how many hits are in that one. Last one, he crushed that ball deep. There is no throw to second on Isai's steal of second. Jabrell takes that ball. I believe it was a strike. And there is a throw back to second, but there's no real play. Isai back in. Comes set, barely, and ball outside. Two balls, no strikes now, so I apologize. I caught that wrong. That ball is going to bounce. Whoa, great snag by the catcher who involuntarily turned his head because it looked like it was going to come up, still snagged it. So Jackrabbits with a runner on second now. 3-0 count. Jabrell will be taking, and he will take first base, in fact, because that ball is outside. So good at bat by Jabrell, not to get too crazy, not to get too excited. We now see Kieran stepping in. The order over here, pretty exciting. Kieran struggled in last at bat, catching up with that faster speed, much like Isai did. So let's see him when he sees somebody at 45. So swung a little late there. Kieran really excited. He's been a free swinger up there the whole time. Not ball's way outside. That catcher again, Spider-Man back there, just making fabulous catches and important. He's saving. That ball gets past him, everybody's going to advance. So Kieran takes that ball outside, 1-1. Next pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. Coach yelling, that's a great swing, because it was a really good swing. Just got to get that bat to catch up. Now there's a huge hole on the right side with both runners being held on. There's quite literally 60 feet for him to hit that ball through from first and second. Strike 3 at the letters on the outside corner. So 2 down now. We get Joe coming up. Joe's going to look. We're getting a chat with Coach with Kieran, and so Joe doesn't know the sign. So but is making quick check-in, sign of the cross check-in with the man above for a little luck and help here. Jack crushes that up the middle. That ball is cut off really well. I'm sorry, by the center fielder, and Jabrell will take the third, and you'll see Isai cross the plate. Joe now redeeming his at-bat earlier, and we now have a 10-run lead. It's 11-1, so we're in a good place. We would need to get 5 more to get to the run rule here. Jorge steps in. Jorge has been hitting very well, but he loves this high speeds that we were seeing earlier. The lower speeds he struggles with, oftentimes pulling the ball and having a hard time elevating it, which is really where he's at, kind of those hard line drives into the outfield when he gets the fast pitchers. The slower pitchers, he tends to beat the ball into the dirt. That is 2 balls now to Jorge. Jabril standing about 10 feet off the base, recommending or trying to see if he can draw a throw. Joe took second on the first pitch, so we now have 2 runners in scoring position, and Jorge up. Ooh, Jorge has to back away from that 47-mile-an-hour inside fastball. So 3-0 now. So Jorge knows 3-0. It is Jackrabbit's law that he will be taking here. Even the sweetest of pitches he will have to lay off of. So 3-0. Jorge takes that ball very high. Ball 4. We now have bases loaded. Teddy will step in with the bases loaded. Jorge on first and Joe on second. Jabril on third and Teddy stepping in. So ump asking about not liking the bat. Teddy, you're gonna get the Don Johnson bat. I like it. There's a lot of hits in it. So concern about, looks like maybe the grip or the handle. We'll have to get that fixed. Teddy with the Don Johnson bat's gonna just crush this ball here. So loves a first ball fastball. So let's see what he gets. And that he gets, and he hits that ball. Pops it up over towards the second baseman who's underneath it. He drops the ball, and Teddy will take first on the error. We'll have Jorge chug into third, and with that, it's 2 more runs. Gianni, definitely one of the boys who could hit the ball over the fence here. We have a 13-1 game with Teddy on first. Teddy now going to second. With a crushing home run for Gianni! Home run for Gianni! Home run! That was a line drive blast! Did I not call it, ladies and gentlemen? Did I not say that Gianni has the power to do it? That went over the short fence. So that's it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. 16-1. The Jackrabbits have now put up a 15-run lead, which is what we need at the end of 3. So, of course, we'll have to play better on defense than we did last inning. But, you know, that's a great way to be. So first pitch, 3-run homer for Gianni. And first pitch for Ricardo is low and away. Ball 1. So our boys really putting the aluminum on the ball today. Excellent runs scored here against the pitcher who was throwing hard and the pitcher was throwing soft. 45 and high. Ricardo would normally swing at that, so showing some improvement as a batter to not swing at that. He has swung at a couple in his eyes already today. Coach, I think, barked at him for doing that. That ball, ooh, almost goes behind Ricardo and almost hits the bat. So again, Ricardo's got to be a little bit more cat-like in his reflexes there. Someone who is cat-like, though, is the catcher, who also stopped that ball from getting to the backstop. So 3-0. Ricardo will not be swinging on a strike. 46 mile an hour at the knees, over the bait, over the plate. Ricardo now with a 3-1. Look for him to swing at this one. He's got the swing sign. He likes to swing. Off the windup. And he does swing at that one. Up the middle. Right to the... where Ricardo will take first on that single. Jack, also another home run hitter, so 2 home run hitters for the Jackrabbits today. Oh, coach getting chatted to. Not sure. Oh, fence is open. We can't have the fence open, I guess, or some concerns about the bats here. Yes, we have some bat issues. So again, we're playing as guests down here. Don't know the Alamosa county rules, or the rules that govern the teams that play here in this beautiful valley. So it looks like we've got some trouble with some of the bats. I don't know if they're not regulation or if they're. This one also seemed to have trouble because of some of the grip coming off. It looks like he had real trouble. Anyway, Jack up on the batter's box, swing and a miss. Jack, what are you doing? Don't touch the ball. Jack can't not touch the ball, so firing it back to the pitcher. Runner on first there. Jack had swing away. It looks like we're not stealing now with the comfortable 15-run lead. Jack way up on the plate. So those two pitches. This pitcher doing a phenomenal job of throwing the ball inside. This pitcher throwing the ball inside. Jack cannot get around. He's hitting it off the very thin part of the bat. So if Jack were to adjust correctly, he would get off the plate, not be on the plate like he is. Instead, what we suspect we'll see here is a strike 3 pitch on the inside. Nope, in the dirt. That ball bounces around. Ricardo takes a lackadaisical jog down to second because there's no one covering. So Ricardo now on second and in scoring position with 1 ball, 2 strikes. If that pitcher comes back inside again, it's likely a strike 3. Ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, or sorry, apologies, not even coming set yet. Now we're coming set. Whoa, that ball is way outside. And Ricardo will take third on that pitch. Maybe put an insurance run across the board here for us would be nice. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, ball high. So quite successful with his first 2 pitches thrown inside to Jack. He loses him with a walk. And we have a timeout, so Jack can put the oven mitt on. Coach getting grumpy with the dugout. You may have heard that, but our boys not really in the game right now. A lot of people not on deck when they need to be, and a lot of people not really going along. Javon will take this first pitch in the dirt. Great stop by the catcher. Ball goes nowhere.
Can't go any farther, Jack.
Jack running 30 feet beyond second base, getting barked at for not being aware that he's got a runner on third. He can't go anywhere, and all he's doing is setting up a easy third out for the bomb squad. So looks like we're losing the edge of the mental game here. Very frustrating because we are obviously winning on the physical elements of it with the hits and the pitching, but now we got to keep our head in the game. So repeated mental mistakes will cost us, whether it's this game or future games. Javon now takes ball 3 high. Right, that's ball 3. So Javon will have to take here. Javon will be taking here. And that's a beautiful strike. 47 from the pitcher. If he does that again, he's going to really... ball. Sorry. Didn't he say strike?
It looked like a strike.
Oh. He said go to first, not... Gotcha. Okay, so... Ball 4. We now have bases loaded for Isaiah. Isaiah, one of the other boys on our team, big enough, strong enough, swings a heavy enough bat that he can put this ball over that 200-foot, 6-foot fence with the bases loaded. Let's see if he does. That first ball is in the dirt. Nobody goes anywhere. With a backstop that might be 6 feet from the plate. Maybe it's 8 feet from the plate. On a pass ball, you're just not going to see anybody steal because they'll be out by a mile. That ball is shot up the middle, right to the center fielder, who then promptly drops the ball. And Ricardo will score. Everybody advances 1 base, giving the Jackrabbits a comfortable 17-1 lead with 2 outs and bases loaded. Isai now, who had started the inning against this pitcher and had a pop up again. So let's see how he does. Again, he really thrives on these pitchers. They're throwing upper 40s, as this guy is. 48 mile an hour. I guess that was a ball. Really like the pitcher's form. I think what we're missing here is physical size. I think he's just not does not have a lot of weight to throw behind that pitch. So the ball is high at 47. And next pitch, strike at the shoulders. That was a 44 mile an hour pitch, kind of looped in. Not really much that Isai could do with it. Don't blame him for taking it with the way this pitcher's been pitching. There's this beautiful. Oh, right at the shortstop for out 3, and that ends the top of the 3rd, but not before this Jackrabbits do a boatload of damage. Up 17-1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. If we hold them, that will be enough to use the run rule to finish the game off. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back at 5. And so if you want to make sure that you have subscribed, that you've rung that bell, make sure you'll get that heads up that we'll be back and you'll get notified. So we do appreciate the way that the Monte Vista team has, or Monte Vista this field. They re-chalk between every game. They hose down home plate. They really do a good job of making sure this team, or this field, is very playable. In comes Jabrell now. He will be Teddy's battery mate for the 3rd and what I hope will be final inning. We'll go through defensive lineup here. So it'll be on Teddy to get the outs. All right, well, we're going to change it up and save some arms on Teddy, or save some innings on Teddy's arm. Looks like Joe will be pitching, and therefore we'll go through our defensive lineup in just a second. But with a 17-1 lead, the Jackrabbits only have 1 run to give up to that they can afford to give up. So Joe's going to have to really throw strikes and make it happen. So from what I can see, our defensive setup is, again, Joe will get 3 warm-up pitches. Wow, just 3 warm-up pitches. And he will be throwing those 3 warm-up pitches to Jabrell, who's behind the plate. Gianni will be on the hot corner, as he has been all game. Jorge is at short. Ricardo's at second, and Jack, being the resident left-hander, will take first base. The infield is all just throwing bad throws to him on purpose to haze him as he steps into first base. Again, Cole, who would normally be here, a big target, sure glove, out with an injury, and so we were missing him, so that's why Jack is stepping in. In the outfield, in left field, Kieran will be holding down the left field corner. Javon will be the speedster in center, and in right, it looks like we have number 44, Isaiah. So Isaiah will be able to track down anything that ends up in the right field. With that, we're going to see how Joe feels and if he can make sure to throw strikes off the mound. He has never, to my knowledge, thrown off the mound. Throwing a 55-mile-an-hour pitch there, although it was quite wide and not competitive. I'm going to go see if I can track down Joe's dad. Both mom and dad seem to be going for a long walk. I don't see them. Oh, no, there they are. I will stick my head over and just find out if they didn't know if Joe's ever thrown off the mound before here. So the first batter for the Bomb Squad will step in.
Go, Joe.
Joe has never confirmed. Joe's never pitched off a mound, so first ball is way outside. Pitching off a never done it before is quite something. You generate a lot of forward and downward force. So any mistake you make is amplified. Any good thing you do is amplified. Joe will miss with a second pitch. That ball is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So Joe, one of the pitchers that we've got to really work on to extend. Swing and a miss at 47. Took a little off that one for accuracy. I like it. With Cole out, we are down to just 3 in our rotation. So Joe, one of those pitchers we were working on to get a few innings and to extend his pitching. So 3-1. So Joe having a hard time bringing that right hand all the way back. He's really short arming it. So it needs to be pulling the arm straight back and then over the top. But instead is sort of, again, short arming it, not bringing that all the way out and all the way over. So let's see, 3-1. This will be better, and it is. And a ground ball to Ricardo. Ricardo over to Jack. And with that, we get a 4-3 out. So after a first batter stumbles, or I won't even say stumbles, but butterflies, if you will, we get 1 up, 1 down. All right, Jabril barking out commands from behind the plate as the team's general, and appreciate him doing that, letting everybody know what to do, saying this guy's a righty, so everybody knows where to take their position. And a ball is outside. 54, pop the glove there. So again, not having trouble generating speed, but working on accuracy here with Joe. And again, I think the mound is going to be a big, both mental and physical hurdle. That ball is outside. What was that? I think that was a ball? Okay, but he put his hand up and to the right, which is the universal strike sign. So 2. All right, so Joe now might be better served by moving a little bit more rubber as well, because all of his balls are sliding away from the right-handed batter. There it is. Joe took a little bit off that one, 49. So when he's in the high 40s, mid and high 40s, he's throwing strikes. When he crosses that 50-mile-an-hour threshold, he'll be missing away to a right-handed batter. And 51, and that ball's in the dirt. So we got a 3-1 count with 1 down. So really now, you know, that Joe's walking around the mound taking a little breath. One of our most emotional players out there on the field, trying to get them under control, trying to get that heart rate down. He takes a little off that. 47 for strike 2. I'd love to see him just keep throwing in the 40s. Take a little off, get that strike. Make them earn it rather than giving them a free pass. And that's a ball, low and away at 55. And he will take first. So runner goes down to first on a base on balls. 1 down, 1 on. Second batter in the lineup, third batter of the inning, now steps in on the team. Foul ball. I like it. That one looked like that came in right at 50. And ladies and gentlemen, after the 5 o'clock game, there will be a home run derby here on this field, and we'll be broadcasting the home run derby. So I believe every Jackrabbit has enrolled, and that ball is down to second, a little behind, and Jorge makes a scoop, and the ball scoots away. Runner now safely at second. So runner at scoring position for the Bomb Squad. Ball inside, 54, again, 50, Joe has missed in the left-hand batter's box. Ball is 56, runners at third. And we got both a safe and an out call. So the field ump has, I guess, called him safe. And so we're going to call him safe. All right. So now what do we got here? 3-1. So Joe really wants to overpower, but he's got to throw strikes. 49. Ball is high. I think that's a strike to most. We when you're not near the strike zone, you don't get those borderline calls. So number 3 batter in the lineup stepping in for the bomb squad. Joe really needs here from his defense. 53 and ball's outside. So runners on the corners. We got a runner on first, and we got a runner on third. The key runner that matters, the key runner that really matters, is our runner on first. If that runner scores, that breaks the run rule. We'll have to go into a 4th inning. That is a hit and run through the right side. That run will score, or that hit will score at least 1, at least possibly 2 with safe. So that's it. The run rule now is broken by the home team. Good job by them doing exactly what they needed to do. And excellent swing by the number 3 batter in the order with a double, doing what he needs to do. So with that, means we will go to a 4th inning, as I don't believe we're anywhere near time. We're only 1 hour and 11 minutes in. So I'm taking the time to clean off the plate there because there was a slide at home, although it wasn't a competitive one. Runner there doing what you tell runners do, which is to slide, just in case. So now the cleanup hitter for Bomb Squad's up, and beautifully executed hit and run last at bat. That ball is high, leaving us now with a Bomb Squad on second with 1 down, 2 in, and another inning before us. But we got to get 2 more outs before we can even have that conversation. Swing and a miss. 57. 57 right down there. That was, if Joe could do that on a more regular basis, he'd challenge for ace of the staff. So let's see if he can continue to in the dirt. I don't think my gun has changed. I'm not sure any reason why that would be, or there'd be a different reading. That's 55 in the dirt. Now there's going to be a play at third. And ball not in time. Runner takes third on ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Joe really needs to lean back here and get some strikes. The throwing too hard and not accurate enough here for this inning. Ball inside. Joe staring down the ump, unsure where that pitch was, but I didn't feel all that close to me. Coach decided to have a conversation on the mound. And we'll see what happens here. Unlikely to take Joe out at this point, but having a conversation with him about, I think maybe about where his attitude is. Never useful to stare down the ump. Ump has the final say on balls and strikes, and so you don't want to be showing him up. Congratulations to our Colorado Rockies, who were able to put a W on the board today out in Miami, beating the Marlins. Let's hope that the Jackrabbits can follow along here with a victory. From the windup, the runner will take second. 52, ball is high. I just did it all. There we go, 51 right down the middle. Joe feeling apparently more comfortable from the windup. So unique idea there to just have him throw from the windup. Worry not, since you've lost the run rule anyway. Just get the outs, get the boys off the field.
Nice stop, Jabril.
Good stop, Jabril. The runner at second Clapton yelled right as Joe was throwing. I think that definitely threw Joe off. Spiked that ball. tight. Strike zone got real tight here. That one has been a strike in the past. So 3-1. 3-1 now. That ball lined right off of. Out! They got him at home on a tag play. Heads up play from Joe to get the ball to Jabrell. And then good play. 2 down now. Joe took that line drive off the shoulder, I think, maybe the left side of his body. Was able to have the mind enough to throw the ball home. Jabrell over the plate, gets the ball, gets him down. Now 2 down, so big second out here. Looks like Joe is just going to throw from the windup, going to cede second base. There's strike, so you can see why Joe is throwing off the windup now. From the stretch was giving him trouble. Throwing, I think, 4 of the 5 last pitches have been strikes, so good for him. Second pitch of the at-bats. Ball apparently low, I guess. Not sure where that was. Number 29 running way down the line, probably a good 30 to 35 feet down the third base line, trying to get Joe's attention. That's a balk, I think. Nope, that's a time. All right, so we got, yeah, that was a, yeah, I think that was a balk. Yeah, that was a balk. So Joe stepped off, and by stepping off the rubber when you're on the wind-up, stepping back is a movement towards wind-up. So probably not an attempt to deceive. Joe more likely trying to take a little bit of tension off the moment, but nonetheless, let's everybody move up, including another run across the plate. Takes us to 17-4. The runner that was running down the third base line now, though, has crossed, so less of a distraction for Joe. That ball is 48 and high. Right over the plate, but high. Joe just needs to throw the ball over the plate here. That ball is low and inside, giving us 3 balls and 1 strike. So Joe really needs rock and fire here. Rock backwards, bring the ball over the plate. That ball is extremely high, but also strike 2. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down now. Here is the payoff pitch. Runner on third. Not a lot of swinging by the bomb squad here, so I think Joe's just really got to love. Jabrell's got over the middle of the plate. Instead, he throws it 59 miles an hour into the dirt, and the runner will take first on a walk. So Joe got excited, thought he could finish him off with a strikeout there. Threw the ball very hard, but not far enough. So therefore, runner now takes first. I guess he's going back to the stretch now. Getting closer to the bottom of the order here. Pops straight up and straight back. That ball hits off one of the buildings, rolls underneath a line of cars. Strike 1. Like to see Joe just keep rocking and firing that. This batter, though, clearly coming to swing, not messing around. Oh, he hit my camera. Man, hit the camera, man. And so you saw that was strike 2 on that foul ball. We'll get that fixed between mid-inning here, hopefully. 2 strikes here. The ball outside, runner goes to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe from the windup. There we go. Foul ball, back among the cars again. Ooh, that one hitting off a side panel.
Broken windshield.
Hit the side panel, no real damage. A lot of concern though from the car owner trying to figure out if they're filing a claim or not. Yeah. Next pitch. Joe throwing that one 55 in the dirt. Again, overthrown a little bit. Jabrell with a solid stop there. The two deuces are wild, everybody. We've got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and 2 runners on. Joe has to take some steam out of this pitch and just get over the plates. There's a ground ball right to shortstop. Just gonna throw it to first. And with that, we have a ground out to finish the inning 6-3. Joe's able to finish the inning, but not before giving up 3 runs and taking us out of the run rule. So we will see a whole 4th inning here. And I don't remember who's up next for us. It looks like Jabrell and then Kieran will bat for us. Then we'll turn the lineup over, ladies and gentlemen. So I think I started talking about this, but I didn't get to it. After the 5 o'clock game, after the Jackrabbits play Norfolk, there will be a home run derby on this field. We'll be broadcasting the home run derby live on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you have subscribed and hit the bell so you get it. I believe all of our players forked over the $5 and will be swinging for the fences. We'll have our coaches throwing to them. And as we've seen with 2 home runs in the game today, the score is 17-4. 17-4. So, with our boys throwing hard, our boys swinging hard, I'd expect to see a few balls fly over the fences in that home run derby. But that is way, way beyond where we're at right now. We got to finish this game off. We've got a 5 o'clock game against Norfolk, and then tomorrow we'll be back. I believe we have a 2-game guarantee, so we'll get back to see what our seed is and where we land on this Monte Vista Invitational 5-team tournament. And I do appreciate the hospitality good have shown us, in addition to taking care of the field and having competitive baseball on the field, off the field. Lots of folks coming by, swing by and say hi. In the dugout, for example, for the bomb squad, we've got Stretch. Apparently his given name is too long and too complicated for this gringo, but he goes by Stretch, and apparently if I call him out, everyone will know it's Stretch. So thanks for him swinging by, explaining the rules of the baseball in the Valley and what we'd expect to see today. Really great hospitality, giving me all kinds of color for you at home. With that, it looks like we have a brand new pitcher, I believe, for the bomb squad, who was struggling to get the ball over the plate in his warm-up pitches, but as we know, warm-up isn't reality. And it looks like we're getting a few new balls. Ump not liking the brown, dirty ones we've got, but likes himself a nice crisp white ball. One of the other players trying to be helpful, not knowing that they were all waiting on him. So coach running over, bringing a couple of new fresh bright white baseballs for the Monte Vista Invitational Tournament here. So we are playing at the Sky High facility. Looks like Ski High, but pronounced Sky High locally. Sky High is home to the Sky High Stampede, the oldest rodeo in Colorado. First started with some of the cowboys returning from World War I, and has had a rodeo and an associated stampede every year since. So they're coming up next week. We'll be celebrating, I guess that'd be their 104th year, and we congratulate them on such a great tradition down here in Monte Vista. If you're coming down, know that it gets pretty busy with the stampede. Lots of fans of the horses and the cows. Swing and a miss by Jabrell. 1-1 count to Jabrell. So if you come down here, there's gonna be a little short on hotel rooms. So call down and get your hotel room reserved now. Ooh, that ball goes way outside or inside on Jabrell. Jabrell almost actually hit his bat for a foul ball, but instead it's 2 balls, 1 strike. So pitcher throwing hard, but like Joe, having a hard time locating those harder thrown pitches. Swing and a miss at a 53. I'm not sure what happened there. I think Jabrell kind of bailed out. But that was a beautiful pitch and a nice swing by Jabrell, but he missed it. Maybe he's thinking home run. I don't know. It's more important we just get him on base. Swing and a miss at a 43-mile-an-hour changeup. Beautiful pitch by number 11 on the mound. That was really pretty. Good sequence of pitches as well. That 43 was about where the 50-mile-an-hour pitch was previously. So in steps Kieran. Again, Kieran joining the team later this year as a fall ball, acting almost like a guest player today, although well steeped in the Jackrabbits culture. He's been playing up with the 13U team all year, so playing kids who are throwing a lot harder and playing even higher quality baseball than we're seeing today. That'll be ball 2, so Kieran now really in the driver's seat. No reason for anything he doesn't just absolutely love. The old box it up here, pick a box where you want that pitch to be, make it tight, and then only swing if it's inside that, otherwise let her go. Let's see what comes here, the third pitch of the at-bat. There it is! Oh, beautiful swing! Oh, up against the fence. That is going to be a very long single for Kieran. So Kieran, after having a tough couple at bats, a couple tough first couple at bats, with a long 180-foot single, he takes first base. Now he's getting the signs. Throw over. No real play there. I would look for Kieran to probably have the go sign. He's got wheels. Joe now showing the bunt, holding it back. Ball outside. Ump continuing to confuse me by holding up the universal strike sign, but calling it a ball. I think he's pointing to it being outside. So now we got a runner at second and Kieran. And Joe at bat. Joe turns away from an inside 46-mile-an-hour pitch, although that sounded. Ooh, ball high. So Joe now 3 balls, excuse me, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes. He will be taking. I would say he would run at the next practice, but there will be no next practice, so who knows if we're going to ball high. Who knows if we're going to have any punishments for breaking the rules. Doesn't matter. That ball is non-competitive. That takes us to first and second for
Let's go, East. You got this.
Joe now at first with Jorge stepping in. Jorge swinging a hot bat. Does like it, though, if the pitcher will throw it near the plate. A pitcher as erratic as this one, he's going to have trouble for Jorge because he's not knowing whether he's bailing or swinging. Kieran with a decent lead at second. That ball bounces. Kieran now will go to third. No real play. Good read by Kieran. So second and third. Jackrabbits with 2 runners in scoring position. And again, Jorge, who has been crushing the ball, up at bat. 1 ball to him. Jorge, did I not say this last time? Jorge, on these slower pitchers, he pounds the ball into the dirt, so and he's often ahead. So that's exactly what happened there. Foul ball, almost hitting Teddy in the on-deck circle. Jorge needs to be more patient here and not try to put as much power into the ball. As a strike, that ball has been a strike sometimes and a ball sometimes, but not much you can do with it when it's at your shoulders like that. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball bounces off the plate. Nobody goes anywhere. Kieran was gonna wisely stay at third. Again, that ball only moved 6 or 8 feet from the plate. Good cover by the pitcher. 2-2. Look for Jorge maybe center here if he can have the patience. Ground ball to third is where that ball will go. That ball hits the backstop and bounces right back to the catcher. And catcher here really being moved all over the place by his pitcher. Oh, and that moved my camera a little bit. I got to bring my camera over towards the third base line. That ball is hit into center field. That ball drops. It will score 1. Joe will move to third, and we will see Jorge at first. Teddy steps in now. Let's see if that works better for home plate. You get a little bit better image. I think so. Might even have to move it over a little bit more. So Teddy steps in. Gianni on deck. Teddy's bat fixed, whatever the problem was last time. Strike at the shoulders. Jorge takes second. I don't know how to say slower than a walk, but got into second slower than a walk because there was nobody there. Teddy now takes strike 1. See where he is on this second pitch. Runners on second and third. He could drive them both in with a single.
Oh, he wanted to.
Oh, they called a swing on Teddy with a strike, so now Teddy with no balls, 2-strike count.
On 7.
Teddy absolutely struggles with slow, erratic pitchers. This is the worst case scenario for him. So let's see if he can be patient. He's choked up on the grip again. And 46 over his head, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have seen mid 50s, even high 50s from this pitcher, and low to mid 40s. So really varying speeds, which is tricky to hit, of course. Ball's high. Teddy now battling back here to a 2-2 count. Teddy, a spray line drive hitter. It's going to hurt him later in the home run derby as he doesn't put a lot of loft on the ball. But if he puts one in the outfield here, he's going to score 2. But he's not, because that ball is high, 44 and away. Sorry, not away, over his head. So Gianni swinging the Miami Vice bat in the on-deck circle, waiting to come here with a full count. Payoff pitch forthcoming. That ball is low and away. Teddy will take first on a walk. Runners will not advance. Joe standing way off third base, tempting someone to throw it to him, but
Let's do it again, Gianni.
Gianni, who had the 3-run homer last time up, steps back in with the Miami Vice bat, which is honestly the one I think has all the hits in it. Again, bases loaded. Joe on third, Jorge on second, Teddy on first. Swing and a miss at a 47-mile-an-hour at the outside knees. That was a beautiful pitch by number 11. If number 11 could do that regularly, we would have no chance to hit him. So let's see if he comes back with that same pitch. Jorge kind of playing with the second baseman and getting in the mind of the pitcher. Swing and a miss at a 45-mile-an-hour pitch. High, probably a strike based upon what the ump has been calling, but not much he could have done with that one. So now he's 0-2, much like Teddy, falling way behind on a pitcher that's not really his preferred adversary. Let's see what this third pitch of the at-bat holds. That ball is like Teddy's, non-competitive for ball 1. And Gianni now ready. Ball high and inside. So with the bases loaded and 2 balls, 2 strikes, Gianni takes a deep breath. Pitcher looks home, comes set. Gianni swings at a ball that would have, had he not hit it down the third base line foul, would have hit him in the face. Swinging way early and pitches there. He really wants to hit another home run though, because that feels good. Also, you don't have to run as hard when you don't run. You kind of get to trot. So Gianni now step back in. Pitcher comes set. Gianni way ahead, fouls that ball off near the on-deck circle again. So Gianni way ahead. Gonna need to be way more patient. more likely than not to swing too early on a pitch than he will be to drive the ball to right field with a late swing. And swing and a pop up. That ball might fall in no man's land. No one's talking. No one's got it. Teddy's going the wrong way, and Teddy will be forced out at no, he won't be forced out at second because it was a bad throw to second. So Teddy saved from his own boneheaded mistake. We have a safe at home for Jorge, and what probably should have been a double play there ends up being no outs and a run scored, giving us a 2-run score on that one. You're right, because Joe scored. So a 20-4 score, and only one down at this point. So Teddy's got to know what he's doing there. That was pure luck. Again, talking about winning the mental game, winning the physical game. We can clearly put the bat on the ball. We can clearly swing, but we are not playing well on the mental side of the ball. So next pitch. First pitch to Ricardo is high. Ball 1. Ricardo's had a good day at the plate. And he will crush that ball. Oh, that ball is so deep and so gone. That is a home run. A 3-run homer for Ricardo, who is touching second, on his way to third, bringing Teddy home, bringing Gianni home. Ricardo will touch them all for a 3-run homer. 23-4. Jackrabbits have the game in hand. However, there's still another rest of this inning and a bottom of this inning to go. So Jack, one of our other home run hitters. Jack up on the plate again. Again, if the pitcher throws it inside, Jack will have a hard time getting around on it, but instead throws the ball far and away. We may end up getting a run, or not a run rule, but a time here regardless, although the run rule should definitely be in effect after 4, as I got us at an hour 37. Bomb Squad is the home team. They will get a chance to play. So, and it could end up that our 5 o'clock game will get pushed a little bit. It's also very possible that the home run derby could get pushed a little. So those 5 o'clock start times and the home run derby after the 5 o'clock. Swing and a miss. Inside corner again. Jack way up on the plate.
How many outs are there?
There's 1 down.
Okay, that's what we thought it was. Okay, thank you.
So again,
Official, not official.
yeah, we're not official technically. The official score is over there.
90%.
Right. No, that's all right.
So Jack takes a ball. So again, Jack up on the plate like he is. Those inside pitches he can't turn on. So that one time he swung and missed on this 3-1 count. That's where it was. Let's see if the pitcher is able to come back inside, or it's going to issue him a walk. So he drops the bat and off he runs. Javon will step in with Isai stepping into the on-deck circle. Javon, who has had a good day on the bases, but has not had a chance to swing the bat yet, is got 2 walks, so never recorded an official at bat. Ground ball down the third base line. Coach misses it. He has a bad hop. Clearly, he's claiming bad hop. So we'll see. I think that's just poor. Ump had a word or two about the bad hop excuse, and the Jackrabbits parents appreciated that. Pitcher comes set. Strike 2. So Javon now has got to be smart here and get swinging. Again, like I said, has not registered an official at bat because he has been up twice and reached on base on balls twice. Oh, that ball is away. Jack makes a move towards second, but scampers back to first. Again, that short backstop, and there might also be a prohibition on stealing at this point, given the score. No sense in running up the score like that. Javon will took one. You just missed it because I moved the camera in time, but Javon took one high. So we got, what, 2-2 now? 2-2 with 1 down. That ball's away. Full count to Javon. Payoff pitch here. Pitcher's got to bring it to him, so this is a place for Javon to really put some good aluminum on the ball. If not, he may take his third walk of the game. And he will. Third walk of the game, so Javon has not officially appeared at the plate in this game for the Jackrabbits, but has scored, I believe, every time he's been on. So Isaiah steps in, ready to swing. Ball high and inside, 45. Looks like pitcher number 11 is waning a little bit. We're not seeing those 50-mile-an-hour pitches anymore. He may be running out of gas. This is I believe, the second game for the Bomb Squad. So ooh, that was a nice 44-mile-an-hour pitch. That's that low and away that he hits every now and again that our guys can't do anything with. That was a beautiful pitch. But Bomb Squad entering what will be the final inning of their day. They may be out of pitchers, I'm not sure. And a ground ball up the middle. That will score nobody. Everybody's going station to station. And Jack is out. Oh, we're going to call Jack out, I believe. The ball hit Jack, so Jack is out. And that'll be the second out of the inning. I'm not sure how you actually score that. I think that's runner's interference, if I remember correctly. So ball hit the runner, confirmed by the home plate ump. So that will give us runners on first and second still with 2 down now. And Isaiah still credited with a single there. In steps Esai, and Jabrell will be on deck. Esai with a ground ball through the right side. Everybody goes up one base. The right fielder throws it back into first base. No play there. Esai was very safe. So I believe Jabrell is who started this inning. So we have batted all the way around. 11 up so far and only 2 down. Bases loaded for Jabrell. Rocking the Don Johnson bat, the Miami Vice bat, which has all the hits in it. Let's see if Jabrell can put a little charge into one. Just celebrating a birthday on Thursday, solidifying his spot as the youngest player on the Jackrabbits. Oh, he took that one in the middle of the back. Oh, that hurts. Everybody will move forward. We'll have a little timeout as Jabrell gets a little extra time to work through that future bruise. That pushes another run across the plate. 20-run lead now, 24-4. And Coach Nick giving him a hard time, saying, you're a catcher. There's no way that you're still hurt from that. Thumbs up from both Jabrell and Coach Nick. So here we go. In steps Kieran, who is already 1 for 1 in this inning. With Kieran now was able to put a good charge into left center. His last at bat this inning. Bases loaded for him, so plenty of chances to drive his teammates in. There's a swing and a foul ball down the third base line. Coach does field that one. It's going much slow roller than way ahead on this pitcher. Way ahead, a little patience. He'll be able to put this ball down the left field line. Bomb Squad defense dragging a little bit out there. It's hot. Sit there in the sun. So as long as we don't hit one right at them like we did the end of last inning, I suspect there'll be a hit here in the offing for Kieran. Ooh, swing and a miss, the 45-mile-an-hour pitch. There it was, ladies and gentlemen, that 45 outside kind of thigh, knee, and our boys, that's what, third or fourth batter that couldn't do anything with it. And a payoff or a change-up or something, 37. Kieran just kind of smacks at it, knocks it away. So he stands there with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So we got deuces wild for Kieran. At one point, Gianni looked like he was warming up, so we'll see if that's a thing. Isaiah makes a move down the but chooses not to come down. Getting reminded that we are just going station to station at this point. With a 20-point lead, there's no reason why you need to try to score that run, get yourself hurt. So 3-2 now, big payoff pitch here. Ball outside, not close enough. And so that will be another run for the Jackrabbits as Isaiah touches the plate. Joe steps in. Jorge will be on the on-deck circle. I saw Jabrell out there on the bases, and that's why it jumped me. But just Isai on third, Jabrell at second, and Kieran at first. Again, going station to station, so don't look for us to go anywhere unless we're able to put the ball in play. .40-mile-an-hour kind of an off-speed pitch there, not to Joe's liking. Lays off ball. So definitely seeing the pitcher here for the Bomb Squad. He's laboring. He is probably running out of pitches in that arm. Really only hitting mid-40s now. That was a 44-mile-an-hour pitch. It looked like he really gave it his all. And so, look, hopefully what that means is we will have a...
Okay, I'll pull out their drinks then.
well, they get to bat still. So
Okay.
3-0. Joe will not be swinging at this next pitch. And field ump playing with his clicker. 37. Pitcher's looking to the manager, asking to be taken out. Really, no, you hate to see that, but he is just like, I got nothing left, coach. I got nothing. So, touch the base. Touch the base. Isai will confirm that he has safely reached home. So while we have this brief interlude, I think with a new pitcher, I'm going to need to take a little break here. I've run out of water and I'm starting to get quite hoarse. So I'll be right back after I find some water. It'll be Jorge will come into the new pitcher. Looks like we'll have number 36, throws 43 miles an hour. The first pitch, sorry, 30, just straight up 30, not 36. Additionally, oh, is that the catcher? Wow, so little Spider-Man is now pitching. The center fielder taking a quick nap for the Bomb Squad. The shortstop making sure that the outfield doesn't fly away by sitting down on top of it. It did sound as though Coach may have had something up his sleeve with Jorge, because he told Jorge to do it. Jorge just kind of shook his head, and then Coach said, do it. So I'm not sure. We have seen before where things like the runner has just run down from third to be tagged out, or where the batter has purposely bunted, and so that there's an easy play, and then the runner from third doesn't run, and so there's an easy play at home. We'll see. But given the temperature, given how long the team's been out there, and given the score, I firmly suspect that some play will be on to finish this inning with 2 outs. So Jorge calling his usual timeout. Here's the bunt. Oh, batter is out. He stepped on the plate. There it was, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Third out of the inning. The batter makes a mistake there. So that will finish the top of the fourth. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the pitcher, good job by him. And Bomb Squad will have a chance to score some runs here, but with 4 innings, the 10-run rule, it would be highly unlikely that we would give up enough runs to make this go on any further. Plus, I think we're going to be up on time. So with that, the Bomb Squad will put their helmets on. Gianni will take them out, and we'll see if we get 3 up, 3 down here with our flamethrower of our staff, Gianni, who will almost certainly clear 60 miles an hour. Also, I got some fresh water, and I will tell you what, folks, there is nothing quite like cold water on a hot day. Can I eat apples and not be too crunchy on the mic? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to eat some apples, so I'm going to turn my mic off. You'll still hear some of the audio from the field, but Gianni on the mound now, and this should be a quick inning for us.
Picking this dugout up.
And when ball's in, we now are going to see the bottom of the 4th. I suspect this will be the end of the game for lots of reasons. Let's go through our defensive substitutions here. We've got Gianni on the mound, who's pumping 59 and 60 miles an hour during his warm-up pitches. Behind the plate is Jabrell. Jorge at 3rd. So again, without Cole being on the injured reserve, we got a big hole in our infield at 3rd. Wow! 60 miles an hour and a foul ball by number 11, number 2 batter in their order. Man, that was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So with no Cole, we're moving Jorge over to 3rd from his normal position at short, where I guess he'll have to forward his mail. That will then slide Ricardo over to short. So Ricardo will really have to test that arm. He's not quite as strong as arm as Jorge. And Javon, who's a natural second baseman but doesn't have the reps there, will be at 2nd. Joe will take his place at 1st, as is his rightful place. Teddy will be in right, which is not usual for him. Looks like Jack in center, and I got Kieran in left. Swing and a miss on a 53-mile-an-hour something or other. Maybe a curve, maybe a changeup, doesn't matter. It's a strike 3, so 1 up, 1 down for Gianni. So a joke earlier, given Gianni's size, from the strike at the shoulders. Man, number 1 didn't have a chance at that one. Poor kid. That ball was 61 and at his shoulders. There's literally nothing he could do with that. Gianni now with a 1-strike count. Spikes that ball at 61. Jabrell with a quick grab and toss back. Gianni throwing from the mound, generating quite a bit of power. Throwing to a relatively small. Oh, there's a curve at 50. Didn't curve. Kind of just floated in there. So we got a 1-1 count, or no, 1-1, 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss at 60. This is one of the things that Gianni can definitely do. Can't necessarily locate every pitch, high, low, inside out, but when you need a strike, he can get that ball over the plate every time without fail. That one he throws at 64 into the ground. So that ball only probably traveled about 30 feet on its way to 42. But he did hit the highest on the gun, I think, this year. If not the highest, then tied for the highest. But non-competitive spike in the ground doesn't count. Oh, nice swing by number 1. Foul ball off to the right. That ball actually went quite some distance. Again, Gianni providing all the power. With this aluminum bat, all you got to do is put a bat on it. And then he walks him on a curveball that doesn't curve. Again, 77 feet altitude. Not a lot of density in the air here, so you don't get help. And the next game is due to start at 3:30, and I see the other teams warming up. So we'll talk a little bit about who else we're going to see later, potentially tomorrow. There's 2 other teams in this tournament, Center and Gunnison. Ooh, Gianni almost tattoos this kid. 58. Miss. 57. I'd like to see him get this second out here. I think a pretty vital second out for the Jackrabbits to keep this inning moving along. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Or strike 2. Shoot, strike 2. Oh, I got ahead of myself. What do we got? 1 ball, 2 strike. So, to ensure that our folks at home continue to have a phenomenal swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 down. That was 58 on that pitch. To ensure that our folks at home continue to have a phenomenal streaming experience and we continue to produce the best that we can here at Jackrabbits Broadcasting. While I won't have Tony this weekend, I do have Kieran's dad, who was doing the audio-visual for the 13U. So he's stepped in to fill the role of handling the scoreboard and helping me keep track of what's going on. So I really, really appreciate that. Shout out to him. I know, I'll name you if you want to.
Go Jackrabbits.
Go Jackrabbits. We got Go Jackrabbits from the AB team. Still looking for another grown-up to join me. I know the feedback was that a tandem team was solid. Nice snag on that 60-mile-an-hour worm burner from Gianni Jabril. Great snag there. So I'm still looking for a second person to join me. We get tandem play calling. Swing! Foul ball. So this kid is on it. He just needs to get the ball, his head down a little bit. If so, he'll drive the ball up the middle. So look for Javon and Ricardo to get a ground ball. Ball is outside, 53 curve. Actually had a little movement on it. Fortunately, it moved it out of the zone. So hoping to draft somebody else. Ricardo's dad does, if he wants to help me, at least call the home run derby. Ball high. Yep, 3-1. Yep. 3-1 with 2 down now. So again, this is where Gianni shines. You need a strike, he's going to give you a strike. It's going to be a 56-mile-an-hour fastball. It's going to hit the glove. Oh! And he made me a liar. That ball was not that competitive. Low and away. Was 56. So in steps number 30. I believe this was the pitcher. Was this the pitcher? I don't remember now. It was, yeah. Pitcher and catcher. The one that, 1 pitch, 1 out. So. Strike down the middle. It's 60 miles an hour. And 30 just kicking himself. Knew that was a pitch he should have been swinging at it if he'd swung the bat early enough. So look for a ground ball to Jorge, I think, on this one. Kid swinging a Cat X, and but not swinging it early enough. So a ground ball to Jorge should end the inning, as we would end up with a force play at third. In fact, there's a force play at any base. Hopefully our infield knows that, knows how to act on a ground ball. Ball inside. Jabril looking to maybe finish the inning early with a throw down to first, but doesn't make the throw. Neither Joe nor Teddy were ready. Joe is first baseman, Teddy is backup. So Gianni, like Teddy, sort of inefficient for these guys, but really inefficient. 59. mile-an-hour pitch. 3-1. You're starting to know me. After 4 pitches, I forget the count. So 3-1 now. Gianni. Let's see now. We can get that strike that I always know he can throw. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. 61 right there. Number 30 just not having the courage to pull the bat off the shoulder. You can see it. He knows in his brain. He's got to be swinging at those 2 strikes that he's seen, and yet hasn't. Oh, ball 4 outside. Strike zone a little tight. So bases loaded now. Let's be honest, these guys are threatening. I thought this was a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we are far from it. 2 down, bases loaded. Good chance for the bomb squad here. That ball is outside and very loud, 61. Hit the backstop completely unabated. And so if you wonder what 60-hour against a wood backstop sounds like, it's that. So there's a fair ball down the right field line. That's going to score at least 1. Teddy retrieves it, makes the throw in. There's a play at home. Joe bounced the ball, not in time. A base clearing triple, ladies and gentlemen. A base clearing triple. That told you that would not over. Wow. Wow. Wind absolutely coming out of the sails of the Jackrabbits. Just look at them out there in the field. There's just a general deflation on their posture and demeanor. Giving up 3 runs this inning. It should have been 3 up, 3 down. Instead, now it is a 26-7 game. Still, Jackrabbits, a truly game in hand, but nonetheless, not the way it's supposed to go. If you're going to go out there and win this game, you got to win the game. You don't fall into it. So, base is loaded, double. Good swing by the bomb squad batter there. And we got a timeout, I think. Okay, now we're ready to go. Well, what we really need to be is the final out of the inning. That ball is a curveball, 53. Started in the zone, broke out of the zone. Gianni struggling here. Gianni being told to throw a fastball, and coach not even hiding, just saying throw the fastball, which is true because at this altitude, that's the only thing that works. Ground ball, and now we get to play it first, and that will end the game, but not after. Just applause around all over the place to the bomb squad. They could have come out down so many runs and been so disappointed, and instead they fought. And they put some runs on the board. So you'll love to see that heart. So they're lining up. That'll be the game, and we're lining up at third, and they're lining up at first. A slight difference in the way they run their end of game chat. So our boys will do the high fives. With that, we'll take the victory, and we will be back at roughly 5 p.m. Mountain Time for our game against North Fork, excuse me. And with that, the final score was 26-7 Jackrabbits, and another victory for us. So we like to see it, and pretty pleased. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for joining Jackrabbits Broadcasting in this game against the Bomb Squad from here in the Monte Vista area. Appreciate the way in which they play this game, and we're very pleased to have played along with them. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a good rest of your afternoon. See you back here in a couple hours.